Hello and welcome to The One Show with Christine Bleakley.
And Adrian Charles. And tonight, a woman who's worked with the greats.
Humphrey Bogart, Gene Kelly in Singing in the Rain, Frank Sinatra, Tony Curtis, and tonight...
Us.
It's Debbie... The tour's called Alive and Fabulous.
I love the title, Alive. And the toe.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Listen, we're going to promote... More worth it.
We'll be talking all about this show later on. We can't quite believe it's great.
Snow.
We've had some terrible weather, actually, all over the country, well, particularly in Scotland and Northern Ireland. This is the headline in my paper from back they've seen in a very long time.
Much of Scotland, too, has borne the brunt of it. The Easter weekend's upon us. The cricket season starts soon, for heaven's sake.
Yeah, and the weather's like midwinter in parts of the country. The blizzards have left thousands without electricity.
We can go to South Lanarkshire now and speak to our man James Cook there. So how would you describe conditions there? I mean, it's an awful, awful story, and kind of harrowing in its own way was the story of the mother who said her child...
Very much indeed, James, and of course our sympathies go out to the family there as well involved. Our weather woman, Carol Kerr.
Build up with that, coupled with a...
OK, but very briefly, we're over the worst of it now.
OK, thanks.
You can't have seen much snow. Born in El Paso and ended up in California. You would drink.
But just a small amount tomorrow.
This is what we call cider, Debbie. Would you
Sipping cider through straw?
Yes. And we've got a whole flagon for you. All right. Please drink responsibly. A week after the budget, the country's cider makers are still seething over a hike in tax on that stuff.
Although the 10% rise merely brings cider in line with the tax on other alcoholic drinks, independent producers say they could be driven out of business.
Dick Strawbridge has been to the West Country, where the opinions on this are as strong as... Dick Strawbridge. As you've already seen tonight, our guest this evening, who might not have seen her in action, take a look at this with a couple of other Hollywood greats, Gene Kelly and Donald O'Connor, in possibly the greatest musical ever, Singing in the Rain.
It's magic. So in the Debbie Reynolds Alive... I know, it's wonderful.
Well, I like it.
Superfluous, isn't it? It's plain that you're
idea.
alive, isn't it? The opposite doesn't exist, does it?
You just walk down this one. So many great stars here at Victoria.
Jimmy Stewart is one of my favourites.
Oh,
Probably have had a bigger glass. I laughed out loud today when I read what you said when your first husband went off with...
Eddie Fisher.
Yeah,
the great quote was, you could understand, but you just couldn't understand why she wanted... Best quote ever.
Yeah. All right.
Drop him like a ton
I
of
said,
bricks.
well, you know...
Richard?
Talk more shortly, Debbie. You're great. Starts in Norwich on April the 7th, travels around 10-night run. Over the past year, many of you have had to face the harsh reality of redundancy.
Nearly 30 years ago, a one-show viewer called Adrian Beale managed to land a job after simply pointing the streets with his CV.
When he lost his job last month, he tried the same trick. Anita Rani went along to see how he got on. Dick's. Obviously, we wish Adrian all the best with his job search.
Yeah. It's the 156th Oxford-Cambridge boat race this weekend, but the historic rivalry between the two universities is not just about 16 blokes, 32 oars and 2 coxes.
Justin Rowlett looks at the murderous events which sowed the seeds of their conflict. Fascinating stuff. And who is rowing merrily along into the...
It's so wonderful to see you used to give 70s.
Where did you go? Good. Tammy.
Debbie, the content from this man.
We're very privileged.
In one bag of crisps, you're looking after him on Saturday. You can't. Let's give him a round of applause.
Boxes.
A minute. Our street barber, Michael Douglas, has chopped some locks in some strange old places for us now.
Yeah.
Down a pothole springs to mind.
Yeah, that was a weird example. Today, he's run away to the sun.
So lots of satisfied customers there. One, I'm sorry to report, Michael can't be with us tonight, which is a shame because...
One very sad customer.
Yeah. Disastrous head. Look, we're sorry about that. There's no compensation, I'm afraid. Cake made for you, worthy of...
Hollywood standards.
Thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
They're the fabulous... you've been absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it.
Exciting.
Is there anything you... I don't know where we...
Let's just leave them, yeah.
OK, I said all the 7th. To follow Debbie Reynolds... Doctor Who's got to follow that act. Matt Smith will be here. Do join us then.
See you tomorrow at 7.